Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the organizing team, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to this book launch event of Gift IFSC, a comprehensive guide. This book is a landmark effort in showcasing the remarkable journey and potential that Gift IFSC has from the perspective of developing the India's first international financial services center. Gift IFSC is the very first book on the topic, offering a detailed overview of India's maiden IFSC. It covers regulations, guidelines that shape the conductive environment for banks, capital markets, insurance companies, and various other business verticals that are permissible to operate out of Gift IFSC. We are privileged to have among us our esteemed guests for this particular book launch event. Now, to start the event, I would request the authors of the book to come on the dais. Dr. Uday Paliwal. Dr. Uday Paliwal is a seasoned academician with a vast academic and leadership experience. During his academic career of more than 25 years, he has worked in India, Ethiopia, Namibia, Rwanda. Dr. Paliwal has authored books, edited books, and articles in journals of repute and organized 6 international conferences. We welcome you, sir. Dr. Vinita Arora. Dr. Vinita Arora is an assistant professor at Department of College Education, Rajasthan. She holds a PhD in lean accounting and is a gold medalist with both MCom and BCom. With 15 years of illustrious experience, Dr. Arora is the author of a book on business statistics and has 22 research papers to her credit. We welcome you, ma'am. Now, I would like to welcome my boss, Mr. Sandeep Shah. Mr. Sandeep Shah is currently the head of the IFSC department at Gift City. He has over 14 years of professional experience in project development, policy matters, international financial services regulation, and capital markets. He is involved with Gift IFSC since its inception. Mr. Shah works closely with the regulators and Ministry of Finance for developing the financial products and services at Gift IFSC. I would like to welcome you, sir. Now, proceeding further, our chief guest for the event, Mr. Avichal Khera, the Chief Financial Officer of Gift City. Mr. Avichal Khera is a seasoned finance professional with over 2 decades of experience in banking and financial services. Since March 2008, he has been associated with Gift City, being the first employee of Gift City, and he has seen the entire journey of Gift City. Mr. Khera has held roles across financial companies like HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, GSFS, showcasing his expertise in financial management, strategic planning, and business development. An alumnus of Sardar Patel University with an MBA, he is also well versed with IT skills and is proficient in English, Hindi, and Gujarati. His leadership and technical acumen have been instrumental in driving the innovation and growth at Gift City. We welcome you, sir. I would request Dr. Paliwal to facilitate Mr. Khera. Now, I would like to invite our guest of honors for the day, Shri K.K. Patel. Shri K.K. Patel is a renowned academic and industry veteran and holds the prestigious position of Vice President at Nirma University. With a strong foundation in chemical engineering earned from Tennessee Technological University, US, Mr. Patel brings a wealth of knowledge and experience to the university. We welcome you, sir. I would request Mr. Sandeep Shah to felicitate Mr. K.K. Patel. Thank you, sir. Our second guest of honor, Dr. Anup Singh. We are also honored to have the esteemed Director and Director General of Nirma University, Dr. Anup K. Singh. Dr. Anup K. Singh is a distinguished academician and a charismatic leader. Under his leadership since 2013, the university has reached new heights of excellence. Dr. Anup Singh holds a PhD from the University of Allahabad and has completed postdoctoral fellowship at the University of Michigan. We welcome you, sir. I would request Professor Vinita to felicitate Dr. Anup Singh. Thank you. So, a warm round of applause for our guests. Proceeding further for the event, now I would request Shri Avichal Khera ji to deliver the keynote address for the event. Please, sir.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank Mr. Sandeep Shah and the other authors of Gift IFSC book to invite me for this special occasion. The book has been co-written by Dr. Udaylal Paliwal and Vinita Arora, and I would also like to thank all the delegates who are present here. I would like to mention that Mr. Sandeep Shah, who is the head IFSC, joined GIFT in 2015, and he became the head of our IFSC department in 2020. And after that, the GIFT IFSC has seen a tremendous growth. Mr. Sandeep and as well as all his members of the team have played a significant role in attracting global institutions to set up their presence in GIFT City. The Indian economy is transforming and is seeing accelerated economic growth, positioning India as one of the top economies of the world. GIFT City plays a very crucial and important role in ensuring that India's economy moves up the global ladder. GIFT City has been initially benchmarked when it was envisaged. We paid a lot of attention in ensuring that the infrastructure is benchmarked with the other financial centers of the world, including Paris, Hong Kong, Singapore, and a lot of time and effort had gone into implementation of the infrastructure, including the district cooling system, automated waste collection system. So based on the infrastructure that has been implemented, the proper environment has been created for the businesses to thrive. Today, subsequently, because of the IFSC regulations coming in 2015, which was announced by Mr. Arun Jaitley, the ecosystem has also been created. As of now, more than 700 entities are operating in GIFT City. They have got the license, and we have seen a tremendous growth in business. And as of now, 128 fund management agencies with 168 scheme assets under management totaling approximately USD 12.13 billion are operational. As far as the banking sector is concerned, assets have surpassed USD almost 70 billion, and the cumulative transactions have crossed around 975 billion. Apart from the traditional financial services like banking, insurance, and capital markets. After the IFSC authority regulator, unified regulator has come in, they have introduced several new opened up several new business avenues, including aircraft and ship leasing, bookkeeping and accounting, as well as fintech. Recently, with the introduction of the regulations of foreign universities, we are seeing Australian foreign universities like University of Wollongong and Deakin University commencing their operations from GIFT. The growth alongside robust infrastructure cements the GIFT City's appeal for investors, professionals, and businesses globally. As a result, there has been a significant growth in exports. Last year, the export number was 26,000 crore, which till October 2024 is more than 16,000 crore, which has ensured a significant contribution in India's GDP. Further enhancing its appeal, the recent regulatory amendments have also strengthened the GIFT City's positioning. The IFSCA has introduced progressive measures such as liberalizing investments for NRIs as well as for overseas citizens of India, which has brought in significant investment, which we can see from the funds coming in the alternate investment funds. With the tax incentives and ease of doing business environment, GIFT City is becoming a preferred destination for diverse businesses in finance and IT field. Recognizing GIFT City's increasing significance in the global financial landscape, IFSC as a specialized curriculum in universities would essentially result in nurturing talent aligned with the evolving needs of this international financial hub. So there is a need to set up dedicated courses in the universities for IFSC. Like my daughter is studying in an MBA institute in Ahmedabad, and majority of the students that are with her, they are aspiring to have a job in GIFT. So if we have a curriculum in which IFSC is covered in the various universities, it will definitely help. It will increase their employability, and also it will offer talent to the companies that are coming in GIFT. I would like to mention that this book serves as a valuable resource, offering insight into GIFT City's evolving regulatory framework and industry trends across different areas of businesses, thereby helping students and readers to navigate the vibrant financial landscape of IFSC confidentiality. I once again thank Sandeep and the authors of the book to invite me to this important milestone event. And this is a landmark day. And from this day onwards, we expect that the educational institute include IFSC as a subject in their curriculum, which will help in the growth of the GIFT IFSC. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your enlightening words. And very rightly mentioned, the IFSC as a concept has been introduced in India since 2015. But what we have witnessed is that a larger section of the society or the population is not aware about what the concept is, what is the need for IFSC, why GIFT City has been developed as an international financial center, and etc. What are the business activities being carried on? So it is an entire journey, which is an ongoing journey, and it is further developing. But if you are not aware about what is going on and how it is being done, so you will not find the right kind of talent which the businesses are requiring. And this book was a very much needed in today's educational system to create the awareness from the grassroots level. So I would like to thank the authors of the book to take out the time of their busy working schedule and drafting such a beautiful module, which will help the students to create a larger awareness in the society, and which will be carried on from this very particular point. So thank you to the authors. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment which we have been eagerly waiting for has arrived, the official book launch of GIFT IFSC, a comprehensive guide. I would like to invite all the dignitaries to come forward for the unveiling of the book. I would also request I would also request wife of Sandeep sir to join us on the dais along with him to unveil the book. Please, ma'am.
It is important to invite wife because she has allowed me to use that time to spend on this book, so she deserves equal credit.
So, thank you, Avichal sir. Thank you, KK Patel sir. Thank you, Anup Singh sir, for taking out time of your busy schedule and attending this book launch event. Now, congratulations to the authors and the entire team involved for this monumental achievement. Now, I would like to invite the authors of the book to throw some light on what they have covered in the book, what was their journey for writing this book, and what they are trying to achieve through this book. Paliwal sir, please.
Thank you, Shekhar, for your wonderful coordination. Greetings to all present. The chief guest for today's function, Mr. Kheda. The president of the function, Shri KK Patel sir. Guest of honor, our DG, Professor Anup Singh. My co-authors, invited guests, my colleagues who are heading various institutes at the Institute of Commerce, at the university, heading various institutes, invited guests, members of media, my dear colleagues from the Institute of Commerce, and our former as well as current students, and of course our family members. Greetings to all once again. It's indeed a joyous moment for all of us that the hard work that started during COVID times has culminated into something useful and important today in presence of all of you. So we, the authors, are highly indebted, grateful to you that you could be part of this momentous occasion. The MC has given us a task that we should explain where did we get inspiration to write this book from and what we intend to do with help of this book. The inspiration to write this book started from the office of our Director General in the M block where his office used to be earlier. He often used to tell me, Dr. Paliwal, and that's what he tells to my colleagues, other directors as well, that we have established ourselves as a well-known university so far as teaching is concerned. Now we have to make a mark in the field of research and knowledge creation. Tell your team, start publishing. Yes, I'm going to be very demanding from the other institutes such as Institute of Technology or Institute of Management. I'll be a little bit lenient with you guys since you are new, but yes, I'm going to demand performance in the field of research and publications also. Now I'll go to my office, talk to my team, encourage encourage colleagues that we should start writing articles, books, whatever we can do. And of course, my team, sir, is trying their best. Though we are a new institute, we are in the learning phase so far as research publications are concerned, but they are doing a good job. Now, the Institute of Commerce, as many of you are aware, is the second youngest baby in the Nirma University family. We are now in our 9th year, so a new institute. So that is around 2019 when we started offering a course on IFSC. And that is when we also signed an MOU with GIFT IFSC. And Sandeep Bhai has been instrumental in that from beginning. The first batch of our students was taught by guest lecturers from GIFT City. And Sandeep Bhai taking, playing a major pivotal role in that process. He taught almost, 25, 30 classes. So that's when we started discussing, and we learned more about what is happening around at the GIFT City. I learned about, the activities that are taking place there. We also realized that, there is a need to come up with some literature or some book which can be used by readers, not only from our university, but also from elsewhere. Because that is the time when other universities also started offering short courses or kind of, workshops or training programs on IFSC operations. So this is now around 2021, during COVID time, that the idea of writing this book was conceived between two of us. And that is when I was also sharing this with some of my colleagues. Of course, the topics that we discussed were financial management, company law, and this as well. And that time, sir, we had a contractual faculty, Ishu Mittal, a chartered accountant by profession. Later on, she joined, she took another career path. So then we had a meeting, Sandeep Bhai, myself, and Ishu, and we agreed that, yes, we should embark upon this journey. By the time we agreed on that, she decided to change her career path, and she joined a bank in Punjab. I tried to convince her that, yes, you have taken a different route, but you can still, work on this project. Initially, she sounded promising that I'll work on this, but because of the job requirement, the demanding nature of her new job, she couldn't continue. Then myself and Sandeep Bhai, we discussed, what shall we do? And he used to encourage me, motivate me every time, and he could convince me that we should work on this project. And that is when we as an institute were also offering some webinars, which were attended by participants from across the country. I also had opportunity to speak at webinars organized by other organizations, other universities. And that's where Dr. Vinita came to know that I'm back in country. In fact, Dr. Vinita has been my direct student when she was doing her BCom. But she didn't knew that I'm back. She thought I'm still working in Africa. But through those webinars, she came to know that I'm back. And she got my number from one of our co-teachers. She texted me, sir, I would like to speak to you. I said, yes, anytime you give me a call. She called me. She expressed her desire to work with me, either for some research or book project or whatever. I shared the idea with her, Sandeep Bhai. He said, yes, we should induct her on the team. And that's where the journey started. And of course, there have been ups and downs. Sandeep Bhai being very busy, myself also being sometimes busy, there will be ups and downs. So we really needed someone who can keep us reminding that something important is pending, which needs your attention, and who can keep both of us on our toes and make us work. So Dr. Vinita could come in and play that role. So that's important role she played. Of course, whenever we need information, we will request Sandeep Bhai, because he is where the information was. Sometimes he will be traveling across the country or even abroad. That's when we will connect with Shekhar Bhai. And Shekhar Bhai, you have been very helpful. Thank you very much for that. So we will get information, or I would say, the source material from either Sandeep Bhai or Shekhar Bhai. We also searched a lot of information from various published sources, and that's where the journey began. And prior to that, when Dr. Vinita joined the team, and we were convinced that, now we are going to move very fast on this track. That's when I submitted a request to DG sir that we are working on this collaborative project. We need your permission. And in no time, he approved that request. Thank you, sir. By that time, we have already moved to new building. So that happened, I think, during the very first month of you being in new office at 13th floor. And from there, the journey was really, really very fast. And then, of course, we prepared the first draft. We submitted to publisher. What we did, we wanted to, deploy slightly different approach than most of the textbooks we see around. So we had a chapter opener story for every chapter. We have 9 chapters in this book. So what we did was we picked an article from the newspaper, be it Times of India or Economic Times or Indian Express or whatever. Of course, we cited it. Based on that, we developed a small caselet, and questions were attached to that. But when we submitted the first draft to the publisher, they asked, do you have explicit permission? And we said, no, we thought that it is already in public domain, so we can use it. He said, no, 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 no. You have to obtain explicit permission, otherwise we are not going to use it. So then we said, okay, the project is already delayed. It is more than 3 years now in the pipeline, so let's remove those pages. So we did remove those chapter opener caselets or stories from all the chapters. Hopefully we will include that again in the second edition. So that's how this journey culminated into something that is in our hands today. So that is how we got inspired to start this project, and how did we complete it. Of course, my co-authors will be telling us more about the book. Let me be brief about this because of the shortage of time. We started a little bit late. But before I conclude, let me tell briefly about, that the second inspiration comes from this dream project that we all know as GIFT City or GIFT IFSC. As Mr. Kheda rightly said, the contribution of GIFT City towards the GDP of the country is immense. When we talk about, 5 trillion economy, or later on 10 trillion economy or 30 trillion economy by 2047, the service sector is going to play a very significant role. We know that the contribution of service sector is already more than 50% to India's GDP. And within that, the contribution of BFSI sector, which is the main, area of GIFT IFSC, accounts for a lion's share. And when we look at the growth targets or growth trajectory, when we say that India's GDP is going to increase by 7%, when we talk about services sector, the growth would be around 10%, and when we pin down to BFSI sector, the growth is targeted or expected to be 10 to 15%. That means it is going to be the fastest growing sector in the years to come. And that is why we thought that when there is an initiative called GIFT City, and so much is happening, there are different companies coming up and opening their shops there. They are in need of human skills or human capital. Let us play our small role by putting up something of value which can be used by would-be employees. So that is how we got another inspiration from the GIFT operations itself. And that's when we thought that let's combine whatever information is available, bring it in form of a book which deals about the operations and opportunities in banking sector, insurance sector, stock market operations, and of course ancillary services. So that is how we come up with this idea, and that is the information we have packaged in this book. And I'm sure that our readers will enjoy reading it, and we will of course be looking forward to your valuable comments, suggestions, so that we can improve the second edition. Thank you very much. And thank you once again for being here.
Thank you, sir, for sharing the journey. Now, I would request Professor Vinita Arora to share what her contribution to the book was. Please, ma'am.
Respected dais, and a very good evening to everyone present here. This is Dr. Vinita Arora, and it is with great joy and gratitude that I stand before you today on this special occasion of our book launch. This journey of crafting the book has been both inspiring and rewarding. And I would like to take a moment to express my heartfelt thanks to my co-authors. I am immensely grateful to respected Uday Paliwal sir and respected Sandeep Shah sir for their unwavering support and guidance throughout this journey. Collaborating with you both, sir, has been an honor, and I truly valued every step of this process. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Now, today, as we celebrate this milestone, I am excited to give you an overview of the chapters that we included in our book. From the core of this book, each chapter has been meticulously designed to provide a comprehensive understanding of international financial service centers and their various aspects. Now, this book is divided into 9 chapters, and the first chapter is IFSC Overview. In this chapter, we delve into the origins and evaluation of financial service centers, examining their global presence and essential parameters required for establishing IFSC. We also explore here in this chapter the origin and current status of India's own IFSC, that is GIFT IFSC, and their reason behind its emergence. In the chapter 2, IFSC Authority, we include in this section, we discuss here the creation and structure of the IFSC Authority, including its powers, functions, and the support it receives from the central government. It also covers the financial aspects such as the funding, auditing, and the establishment of performance review committees, along with the key details of foreign exchange transactions also. In the chapter 3, IFSC Market Infrastructure Institutes, here we focus on the recognition and governance of market infrastructure institutions like stock exchange, clearing corporations, and depositories within the IFSC framework. This chapter highlights their obligations, responsibilities, and various operational aspects. Notably, GIFT IFSC has 2 licensed stock exchanges, 2 clearing corporations, and 10 depository participants, showcasing its robust market infrastructure. In the chapter 4, IFSC Banking Chapter, this chapter sheds light on the processes involved in setting up banking units in IFSC, the regulatory requirements, permissible activities, and operational guidelines. It also includes the important information regarding KYC, anti-money laundering procedures, and risk management also. As of September 2024, the total banking asset size at GIFT IFSC stands at over $70 billion, with cumulative banking transaction exceeding $975 billion. The cumulative derivatives transaction booked by banks have reached $944 billion also as of August 2024. Additionally, 16 Indian banks and 12 foreign banks are currently licensed in GIFT IFSC. This is our chapter 4 regarding the banking sector. In chapter 5, we are talking about facilitating banking operations. In this chapter, we provide an in-depth analysis of the directions and principles that guides the conduct of business and general banking operations at IFSC GIFT City. We examine regulatory frameworks, operational guidelines, and strategic initiatives designed to ensure efficient and seamless banking practices also. The discussion also highlights the comprehensive infrastructure supporting banking activities, reinforcing the importance of maintaining compliance and the best practices for operational excellence. In the next chapter, chapter 6, it is about insurance business at IFSC. In this chapter, in this part, outlines the step for establishing an IFSC insurance office, registration procedures, regulatory requirement and permissible activities, ensuring adherence to government norms. Currently, GIFT IFSC is home to 11 Indian and foreign insurers and 3 reinsurance institutes. In the chapter 7, insurance sector operations, in this chapter we explore the operations of insurance intermediaries, their registration and management requirements, and the various operational provisions essential for maintaining compliance with the IFSC framework. Here, we highlight the significant presence of the insurance sector in GIFT IFSC, which include 23 licensed insurance intermediaries. This chapter also discusses the strategies employed to support their operations and ensure regulatory adherence in a growing financial landscape. In the next chapter, chapter 8, we are talking about IFSC capital market intermediaries. In this chapter, we dive into the registration, obligations and responsibilities of capital market intermediaries, along with an examination of cross-border operations and inspection procedures. As of September 2024, the cumulative date listing on IFSC exchange has surpassed $64 billion. Here in chapter 9, the miscellaneous aspects has covered. This final chapter covers the diverse topics such as the framework for ancillary services, aircraft leasing, global in-house centers, and international bullion exchange. GIFT IFSC has made significant strides with more than 184 aviation leasing agreements signed till September 2024 and 31 aircraft leasing and financing entities licensed. Additionally, by August 2024, over 50 tons of gold and 1,300 tons of silver has been imported through the international bullion exchange, underscoring the exchange's important role in precious metal trading also. Each chapter in this book is designed to provide a true insight into the regulatory, operational, and strategic aspects of IFSC, making it an invaluable resource for professionals, scholars, and policymakers. Finally, thank you all for being present here today and for your continued support. I hope this book serves as a guiding material for those interested in the intricate world of International Financial Service Center. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for taking us through the book. Now, I would request Mr. Sandeep Shah to share his journey for writing this book. Please, sir.
Thank you very much. I can see the kind of mixed group today in the room, from students to professionals, bankers. I can see also a 10-year kid who is my son here. Maybe he thought he will get some gifts here, looking at the topic. But I think and thank you, Dr. Vinit Arora. I think by now you know, out of 3 authors who has worked hard in the book, the way she has kind of expressed and provided the details about the book. Probably, as Dr. Paliwal rightly mentioned, we started our journey way back in 2019 when the IFSC as a subject was launched in Institute of Commerce, Nirma University. And hats off to Dr. Paliwal, because when many of the academic institutes were not even aware about what is IFSC, he gave idea that we should actually come up with a subject. I think that was the starting point of creating the talent for the IFSC subject and IFSC area. Eventually, after various lectures and sessions, we realized that there is a need of dedicated book or a reference kind of a book which will ensure that there is a continuous or a dedicated approach towards how do we develop the talent in the areas of IFSC. Probably Gift City is largely known, and I don't need to ask how many of you have heard of Gift City, but I'll definitely ask to some of the new faces I can see in the room, how many of you have visited Gift City? If you can just raise your hands, how many of you have seen or visited Gift City? Oh, nice. I can see, and many of them are visiting daily basis because your offices are in Gift City, so good to see. Most of you have actually visited Gift City. But when you ask most of the times to the people in terms of what is Gift City, maybe the people will tell that it's a smart city. Some will say it's a IT hub. Some people will say it's a real estate project, right? So I think there are different answers to a single question: what is Gift City? And that's where I think the core and the heart of the city is actually the International Financial Services Center. And I don't know how many of you are aware, but in India, this is the only location which has been notified as the International Financial Services Center in Gujarat at Gandhinagar Gift City. So probably it's a very proud moment, and you all of us are quite lucky that India's first IFSC is just next door where we are. And that's where it's important that we take the full advantage of what's happening at Gift City, especially in the financial services sector. And the POOG, I think the first chapter rightly mentioned, talks about why IFSC. Why do we need International Financial Services Center? And if you look at the journey basically in terms of the global financial centers, I'll give you a very simple example. If any Indian corporate, if they want to raise kind of a dollar funding, or if they want to raise dollar capital or debt, none of the Indian banks could provide that funding from India. And many a times when you visit, say, a location like Singapore, Dubai, or Hong Kong, you will find branches of Bank of Baroda or SBI or many of our Indian banks, right? The question is what they do, by establishing their branch in the international markets. And majority of the time the answer was they were serving Indian market sitting in those locations. And I think that was the starting point of IFSC in terms of why do we allow our own financial services activities to be happen from other financial centers. And that's where Government of India kind of took a very bold decision, and they decided to create India's own International Financial Services Center in the year 2015, which means technically that particular zone in Gift City is kind of a deemed foreign territory. So any kind of international financial services activities which typically is not permitted in mainland India, those activities have been allowed in that particular zone. Now eventually we realized that apart from banking, insurance and capital market, which are generally known for traditional financial services activities, there were so many other activities for which India was actually dependent on the other financial centers. It can be in the nature of, say, aircraft leasing. It can be in the nature of ship leasing. It can be in the nature of, say, dollar-denominated insurance policy. So NRIs working overseas, Indian insurance company cannot provide insurance policy in dollar terms. And that's where we actually in last 3 to 4 years worked closely with the regulator as well as with Government of India to see that how do we create enabling environment in such a way that many of those financial services activities can happen very efficiently from a location called International Financial Services Center at Gift City. And probably I would say that we are still at a stage where new financial products are being developed. While there are 600 plus institutions which have set up their office, we are expecting more and more financial and IT services companies to grow from that particular location. And when we were actually studying this financial center, we realized that there are 4 important factors to make this financial center kind of vibrant and at par with the global financial center. The first factor was regulations. I think it is important that banks or financial institutions are able to carry out their business activities at par with what has been permitted in the other global financial centers. If you don't provide them at par treatment, I think business will not come, and that's where we actually emphasized very much in terms of creating the right kind of regulations in the IFSC zone. The second important factor we realized is the availability of right kind of competitive tax regime. Because if you look at today, Dubai provides 50 years tax holiday, no income tax for the period of 50 years. Similarly, Singapore, Hong Kong has very liberal tax regime where corporate tax is less than 17%, and for many reasons it is also 10%. Now, if you want to compete with those established financial centers, and if you charge them with 35-40% tax, I don't think anybody will move here. And that's where Government of India, again, I think a very important decision, they actually made our competitive tax regime at par with the other financial center, and today companies operating in GIFT City, they enjoy 10 years of income tax holiday. So no income tax for the period of 10 years, and there are so many other tax incentives. The third important pillar for the success of financial center was arbitration center. I think if you don't create a vibrant dispute resolution mechanism, then I think financial services entities or businesses, they are not comfortable with the normal court system where maybe the cases will take years to resolve. And that's where it's important to have international arbitration center at par with some of the global jurisdiction, and that's where GIFT City is also playing very important role to create international arbitration center. The fourth pillar, which we realized again very important, is the availability of right kind of infrastructure facilities. And I'm sure as you have visited GIFT City, the kind of infrastructure that city has created is very unique. I think what you can see on the ground, there is equal kind of infrastructure available below the ground as well. So most of the utilities are below the ground. You don't need to dig land for any maintenance activity, and there are so many other infrastructure facilities which have been created for the first time at country level. Now, these four pillars have actually played very important role where we are today as a GIFT City. But the fifth pillar that we realized, and again it's very important, is the availability of right kind of talent. And that's where I think it's important that the talent which is actually coming up and passing out from the academic institutes and the requirements that the industries generally have. So whenever we interact with the companies and the institutions operating there, they will always say that we are not able to get the right kind of talent. And at the same time, if we go to the universities and institutes and if we ask them that there is already a requirement, why don't you look at those opportunities, and the answer from the institutes that we don't see any companies or jobs basically fit to our students passing out from our institutes. So actually there is a big mismatch between what is required by the companies or institution and what is available or what is coming out as a talent from some of the other academic institutes. And that's where it's very important that our academic institutes and colleges and the universities, they also kind of upgrade their curriculum and the academic aspects of what they teach in terms of whether it is matching the requirements that they have from the companies. And that's where I think University Institute of Commerce has played very important role by introducing IFSC as a subject, and many colleges and institutes are doing this. We feel that this book will play a very important role to kind of bridge that gap to understand more on what is IFSC, because in a normal case study where you learn banking or where you learn insurance, there is always a missing part where how do you learn the IFSC as a part of banking or IFSC as a part of insurance. And there is a vast difference between what a bank does from Ahmedabad branch or what a bank can do from the IFSC zone. The nature of activities, nature of transactions are very different. And that's where it's very important that students actually learn the basic aspects of the IFSC, and today that's what we have tried to capture in the book. uh, probably, we will come up with more versions to ensure that the book is updated as per the recent regulations. I would like to thank my IFSC team basically, who has been working alongside me, and I think Shekhar specifically has contributed well in this book. So big round of applause for my team, who has been working extensively for the development of the zone at GIFT City. Thanks to my co-authors. I think you have been playing very important role, and especially thanks to Dr. Vinita. I think the hard work has done by her, and that's how this book has come to this stage where it's becoming part of the curriculum of many universities and colleges. And thank you very much once again. Look forward to having all of you at GIFT City whenever time permits, to come and visit how the businesses and the transactions are happening. With this, I'll end my address here, and look forward to the kind of interaction post this session as well. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your enriching words. Now, I would like to invite our guest, Shri Piyush Gandhi, to the dais to felicitate the authors of the book with a small memento. Piyush, sir, is the head of the SEZ department at GIFT City. Please, sir. Mr. Sandeep Shah. Dr. Uday Paliwal. And Dr. Vinita Arora. I would request all the dignitaries to come forward for a group photo before proceeding down from the dais. Please. I would request Dr. Sumita Shroff to deliver today's vote of thanks. Please, ma'am.
Good evening, all of you. Honorable CFO GIFT IFSC, Mr. Avichal Khera, Head SEZ, Mr. Piyush Gandhi, Honorable Vice President, Nirma University, K.K. Patel, sir, Honorable Director General, Nirma University, Professor Anup Singh, sir, Director Institute of Management, Nirma University, Dr. Debasis Malik, Dr. Malika Arjun, sir, and all the invited members from GIFT IFSC, my colleagues at Nirma University, and all distinguished guests present here. As we come to the close of this inspiring event of book launch, it's my privilege to deliver the vote of thanks. First and foremost, I would like to thank our esteemed speaker, Mr. Avichal Khera, for his thought-provoking information and discussion on GIFT IFSC, which added depth to today's celebration. I think your perspective and the information that you shared have not only highlighted the significance of GIFT IFSC in the Indian landscape, but it has also sparked meaningful conversations that will continue beyond the event. Thank you so much, sir. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our distinguished authors, Professor Uday Paliwal sir, Dr. Vinita Arora, and Sandeep Shah sir, for sharing their remarkable insights and personal stories that have truly enriched our evening. They had shared with us their journey, which has truly inspired many of us, probably the authors inside us, to keep going and achieve the target. And your passion and dedication are evident, and we are honored to celebrate this moment with you. Thank you so much. We thank all invited dignitaries for finding time out of their busy schedules to make this event successful, and applaud the authors. We are also deeply thankful to each and every one of you present here today, including our students who have been given the voluntary roles. Your support means world to the authors and to the larger community that will benefit from this book. We would like to express our appreciation to the organizing committee and volunteers for their hard work and dedication in making this event a success. We finally, last but not the least, I would like to thank Ahmedabad Management Association for facilitating this venue and providing us place so that we can conduct this book launch. Thank you so much. We thank the members of the media present here and all others for their support, valuable support, and your efforts have ensured a seamless experience from planning to execution. Thank you one and all present here. Thank you.